Hello drama lovers. Welcome back to my channel. No one saw this coming. Wang Yibo and Xiao Zhan, side by side, just rewrote history at the 2025 Global Entertainment Awards. And what happened backstage? Fans are still crying. The 2025 Global Entertainment Awards was already expected to be a night of stars and spectacle, but nothing could prepare the audience for the emotional earthquake that unfolded when Wang Yibo and Xiao Zhan were both crowned Most Handsome Artists of the Year. As their names were called, the arena erupted, not just with applause, but with the kind of raw emotion only these two could summon. For longtime fans, it wasn't just about beauty. It was about recognition. It was about survival. It was about everything they had endured. Xiao Zhan, dressed in a sleek, deep navy suit that shimmered under the golden lights, walked toward the stage with grace, but his eyes held back tears. Behind him, Wang Yibo followed in all black, sharp, calm, composed, but his jaw tightened just slightly, as if holding in the weight of the moment. When they stood together, side by side, accepting the award with humble bows and soft smiles, it didn't feel like a simple win. It felt like closure. And also, a new beginning. The crowd felt it too. Every camera was fixed on them. Every breath held as Xiao Zhan stepped up to the mic first. This is not just my moment, he said, voice shaking just enough to show the truth. This belongs to everyone who believed in us, even when things got dark. He looked at Wang Yibo then, just briefly, but unmistakably. And in that moment, fans everywhere understood the unspoken history between them. The pain, the loyalty, the growth. Wang Yibo's speech was shorter, but just as powerful. I'm grateful, he said simply. To be seen, to be here, and to be next to someone who always kept walking forward. The arena went silent. Not a pin dropped. Because in that single sentence, an entire story was told. As the ceremony continued, the energy backstage shifted. The cameras didn't capture everything, but what they did catch was enough to make fans emotional all over again. Moments between Wang Yibo and Xiao Zhan, small but intimate. A shared laugh near the dressing rooms, a quick shoulder tap as they passed each other in the hallway, and even a whispered exchange caught by a fan's phone. These weren't for show. These were real. Insiders reported that their teams had requested dressing rooms close together, something that hadn't happened since the peak of their on-screen collaboration years ago. For many, this hinted at a thawing of the ice, perhaps even a quiet reunion. No statements were made. No interviews confirmed it. But sometimes silence speaks louder than any official press release. And the silence between them, it felt like forgiveness. Like familiarity. Like two paths finding their way back, no matter how far apart they wandered. As photos of them began flooding social media, fans were quick to notice the subtle signs. Matching rings, both wearing watches gifted by the same brand years ago. And how, despite being surrounded by dozens of stars, their attention was always quietly drawn toward each other. Edits began circulating within minutes. Music overlays, slow-motion replays, fan theories reigniting a spark that had never truly died. But the moment that sealed it all happened after the event. In a rare video clip shared by a staff member, Wang Yibo and Xiao Zhan were seen exiting the venue not in separate cars, as expected, but together. Not holding hands. Not looking for cameras. Just walking. Side by side. No words needed. To understand why this night meant so much, we have to go back. Years ago, their journey together was cut short not by choice, but by circumstance. Rumors, controversies, media storms. At the center of it all were two young men who had become more than just actors. They were symbols of strength, brotherhood, and beauty in its most emotional form. When they stopped appearing together, it felt like something broke in the hearts of millions. And yet, both continued rising. Separately. Stronger. More refined. More grounded. Xiao Zhan returned to the stage and screamed with fire in his eyes. Wang Yibo explored new roles, new styles, new heights. But through it all, fans never stopped hoping. Not just for a reunion, but for healing. For redemption. For the story to continue. And tonight, in that one moment under the stage lights, the story did continue. Not with loud declarations or dramatic hugs, but with presence, with unity, with quiet understanding. What we witnessed wasn't just a double win. It was history folding back on itself. It was two stars once bonded, then separated, standing together once more, not as performers playing a role, but as real human beings who have lived, learned, and endured. For the fans who have followed them through every storm, this was a moment of validation, a breathless joy, of tears that didn't need to be explained. And for those just discovering them, it was a reminder of why we fall in love with stories in the first place, because sometimes, the best ones are real. Wang Yibo and Xiao Zhan didn't need to say much. Their eyes said it all. Their presence told the story. And their reunion, whether fleeting or permanent, left an unforgettable imprint on hearts around the world. So whether this is a once-in-a-lifetime moment or the start of something more, one thing is certain: we were lucky enough to witness it. If this moment made your heart beat faster, stay with us. Because in this world of stars, some stories are just beginning and you won't want to miss a single second. Even after the lights dimmed and the red carpet had emptied, the buzz surrounding Wang Yibo and Xiao Zhan refused to fade. The world wasn't done talking about them, not because of the award, but because of what it represented. It felt like a return, but not just to the spotlight. It was a return to something deeper. Something that had been missing in the K-drama and C-entertainment scene for far too long: genuine connection, unfiltered and raw. In the hours after the show, social media became a living, breathing journal. Fans wrote open letters filled with gratitude and tears. One post read, "They taught us how to be strong when the world was unkind. And now they teach us how to forgive, how to walk forward together." Artists and creatives began sharing sketches, fan art, even animations, capturing that stage moment in 1,000 unique ways, each one holding a different shade of emotion, but all rooted in love. And the more people looked back at the footage, the clearer